Hi, Gerhard Bloom here, looking at the tyranny and the delusions of the social justice movement. So before the Supreme Court is the question of affirmative action in university admissions, right? They could finally end the racism that's being undertaken in the name of social justice and equity, diversity, and inclusion, right? No, schools should not be focused on equity, inclusion, and diversity. They should be focused on advancing the best and the brightest minds in the United States. How does showing up while being black qualify as a relevant admission criterion? It doesn't. But blacks are underrepresented. Well, if black students want in, they need to work harder, right? That's a reality, right? You want diversity, you should visit a petting zoo. Universities should be pursuing excellence. By the way, I refuse to accept this representation nonsense. It is poisonous. Harvard has been discriminating against Asian students in admissions on the basis that they're overrepresented. Well, consider this. Asians at Harvard don't represent Asians. They represent themselves. The Constitution explicitly forbids discrimination on the basis of race, and yet these institutions are doing it, and employers are doing it. It's all divisive nonsense. And lest you think that affirmative action forced Harvard into admitting black students, well, you would be wrong. Black students were receiving university degrees from Harvard as far back as 1867. That's right, 1867, not 1967. This is just absolute divisive nonsense, and hopefully, with the numbers of conservatives on the court, this will be overthrown, and I hope other affirmative actions will meet the same fate. It's dangerous, it's divisive, and it needs to stop. Consider, where's this diversity, equity, and inclusion argument in the NFL, right? Or the NBA, right? There's awfully few Chinese or Asian athletes in the NBA or the NFL, right? Ridiculous nonsense. And what message is it sending to black students that, well, for you, will lower the admission standards, right? Everybody else needs to hit this grade point average, this SAT score, but you're black, you get in under the wire, right? It is ridiculous. And it is shame-inducing for those black students who are there on their own merits. And as you've seen, right, since 1869, there have been blacks who met the grade, got in, and achieved, right? They didn't need any exemptions for them because they were every bit as bright and as talented as their counterparts. Thank you very much for your time and attention. I do hope you'll check out my book, Deconstructing Social Justice. It's available on Amazon. It's not important because I wrote it. I wrote it because the issues are important. Thank you so much for your time. Bye-bye.